Hi, I'm no gray hair having Zach. I covered all my gray hair because I don't like having it. Hey, turns out I'm single. Pretty sure the fourth just fucking, not that the fourth is my pig, but I think the fourth just said, hey, I don't like you anymore. And I think Dance Girl just said, hey, I'm gonna kill you. Not exactly sure. But let's start from the beginning. So, loyalty, what does that mean? I don't know. You tell me. As far as I'm concerned, it means that when you're a clerk at a store and you're helping someone and the phone rings, you don't answer the phone. You say, I'm helping you now. And fucking, you're not here to find your eternal lover, you're here to find your connection with God. And you think that there's someone made just exclusively for you, but no one is made just for you. That's just not how life works. And so if you don't have one pig, you'll go out and find another pig. And so therefore loyalty is who treats you the best, who do you have the most long-standing with, and therein lies the dilemma. I thought the fourth had sexually assaulted me, because we all know that sexual assault means not having sex with a guy. And turns out that it seems that the fourth is actually cute Giovanna on Reddit. Which would mean that I could literally just talk to her. I never even thought of that till tonight. I was like, why would you tease me? She's like, I'm not teasing you. You can talk to me. Here is the way you can talk to me. Fair. But as far as I remember, Dance Girl had already given me the dress at that point. I can't exactly remember. I should go through Reddit or see when Cute Giovanna joined and go through my old videos to see when I talked about the crackhead pool ball ass. I think that may have been last year. But anyways, there's another hidden factor that I was so traumatized when I got the dress from Dance Girl. I said, that's not from Dance Girl. I mean, the first thing I thought was, yeah, that's from Dance Girl. But I wasn't able to process it because it was just too mentally fucked up. So I just blocked it out of my mind. And I didn't do that on purpose. I wasn't like, I'm gonna not think about this. I just actually literally couldn't process that. So I went into thinking it must be from Blonde Girl and TSD and Louise. And then it was only like a year later where I smoked a bunch of hash and I realized, oh yeah, that's from fucking Dance Girl. And then the same thing happened with the fourth, where she does her kabuki dance and she goes on my favorite subreddit and I think, oh yeah, that's the fourth. But I'm like, it's not really the fourth. And then recently, the fourth wears lipstick and she wears her hair wet, just like Cute Giovanna on Reddit, to say it's me in the shower, because in her videos she's always in the shower. But I didn't realize that until recently. I had a feeling of it, but I didn't actually think, no, that actually really is the fourth, until recently. And then it wasn't until tonight that I realized that the fourth, by doing that, had given me an opportunity to talk to her. And I would like to bring up the fact that the fourth was saying things like, what do you think of this 2006 super hottie? Am I too young? Do you think this young 2006 hottie is too young. I didn't realize she was talking to me. But she was telling me, no, look, I'm talking to you because you don't realize it. But I was so fucked up, I couldn't even realize it. So first I realized it was the dress from Dance Girl. Then I realized Cute Giovanna is the fourth. And does that negate who actually came first? Because by my logic, you would have to be loyal to whoever was loyal to you first. But if Cute Giovanna was like, you clearly don't know that it's me, and I'm going to give you hints that it's me, then she understood that I didn't know it was her. And that also counts. She should have been like, you know, I'm a fucking Ontario hottie or something like that. And so I'm thinking, do I owe it to her to say she's my pig and not Dance Girl? Now, as far as I know, I'm meatless and pigless. This is fucking bad. But, you know, I'm trying to be healthy here, and this eye is really bad. Okay, I'm gonna be scratching this eye like nothing. It's gonna be really bad. So tonight, I get home and there's a Nissan Sentra, which is the fourth car, and she drives it away from my house. Like, hey, I'm driving away from you. I'm not your other meat anymore. I'm like, first I interpret it as something else. I mean, earlier in the video, when I was at Zares, you haven't seen this video, but maybe you have, depending on who you are. I said, if the fourth has left me, thank you. And the fourth may have taken that as thanks for leaving. But I meant it in a different way. I meant thanks for making me feel like I'm important. Like, if Dance Girl dumps me now, I'm not gonna feel like nobody else loves me. And of course, if Dance Girl dumps me, I would go to the fourth. And I would go crawling to the fourth. I would go fucking running, crawling to the fourth, saying, I'm so sorry, I didn't see the light. But if Dance Girl doesn't dump me, I won't do that. But is that disloyal to the fourth? I don't know. Then the other reason that the fourth may have dumped me is I was walking, or, you know, not that we're together anyway, but as other meat. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I guess you could call it like that. You know, the fourth doesn't like me anymore. And, but you know what? Also, I wanted to say, I don't even know if I would do that. If Dance Girl dumped me, would I really just go sprinting to the fourth? I don't really know, because I have trust issues. Like, for me to trust that Dance Girl even likes me, that's taken a long time. In the back of my mind, I'm just thinking the fourth is just messing with me too. That really actually crosses my mind. Now, that's not the fourth's fault, that's just because I'm really damaged, but that really does cross my mind. If I'm like, oh, Dance Girl dumped me, it's cool, I have the fourth, I'm like, actually I don't. Actually, I don't even know that. It could just all be a big trick. I mean, it's actually really difficult for me to trust people. And so I've come a long way with Dance Girl. Like, for me to be excited about going on our date, I've come a long way to be able to do that. Like, that's not, like, I had to stop jacking off, I had to stop smoking weed, like, I had to do a lot of stuff to get there. And, but in that lineup too, though, I do believe that the fourth is genuine. And even if the fourth was not interested, if Dance Girl were to dump me, I would say that then I'll just go find someone else. And the fourth must have been interested, but then she found someone else. Or she dumped me because I fucked up somehow. Because I was disloyal to her, but she did really like me. And then so therefore I can go find some other pig. And so that was like, you know, something really valuable. And then to some extent, I feel like that with Dance Girl too. But I sometimes wonder if Dance Girl's just being extra nice to me because the fourth is. And Dance Girl's like, oh, this is how another pig treats him, so I better treat him just as good. And sometimes I really wonder that I'm only getting treated extra good by Dance Girl because she feels like she has to, because the fourth is there. And I like that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. Like, the fourth really puts the pressure on Dance Girl to be a good pig. And, I'm like, thank God. I'm like, thank fucking God. And then I'm like, and if they both stop liking me, then, I don't know if I'd be crushed by that. I mean, as far as I know right now, they both don't like me. But in the back of my mind, I think, you don't even know that that's true. You don't even know that that's true. Because you get so many geek outs. Like, I made a video tonight that I haven't posted yet. And after I was talking about, if I met the fourth and Dance Girl at the same time, who would I like more? I like Dance Girl more because we have more history. And what if we met at the exact same time? Then who would I like more? And I said, I don't know. And I feel like that might be really upsetting to Dance Girl. Like, she might say, you should say it's me, of course. And I say, but if the fourth is just as loyal, the fourth was giving me signs when Dance Girl didn't like me. The fourth did. Well, one thing I could say that why I'd like Dance Girl the best. Because Dance Girl liked me when no one else did. Dance Girl was the first person who liked me, and I had no pigs at that point. And so I always had in the back of my mind, the fourth only likes me because Dance Girl likes me. And pigs are like that. But then I thought, when the fourth first showed up, was that before or after Dance Girl gave me the dress? Because maybe if the fourth gave me the dress before Dance Girl showed up, then the fourth liked me when no pigs liked me. But I was also talking to Marina then. I've been talking to Marina then already. But I've been talking to Marina fucking, and does that, I've been talking to Marina for quite a long time, but we weren't really that close. It was obvious we liked each other. And, Marina's really hot, so if a pig sees that Marina likes me, she'll be like, oh, a hot pig likes him? I'm a hot pig. That means I like him too. And so, but then does that mean that the fourth only likes me or liked me because other pigs liked me? Or is that just a coincidence? I don't know. My tendency is to say, I met Dance Girl first. She liked me when no other pigs liked me. And so therefore I'll always be loyal to her because we have the most history. We've had the most fights. And we've made up. And so, like, we've stood the test of time. Now the fourth could be like, well, Dance Girl fucking slimed the Banana Brothers. Well, it was June. Last month, she slimed the Banana Brothers. And I would be like, well, I said that Dance Girl could do that. But it would also be extra bad if she's like keeping me as a slave while also sliming them, while also sexually torturing me. Like, without realizing that, like, fucking terrorizing someone sexually is a form of like, she's still fucking, she's cucking me. That would be what that was. That she was actually cucking me, not just pretending to. Which would be really bad. Maybe the fourth is saying that. Maybe she's saying she actually was cucking me last month. which is not the same as just sliding some of the dice. And so, like, I went out to do something. I took the garbage out or something. And there was a white Mitsubishi outside. And as far as I know, Dance Girl handles Basketball Net guy and that pig who drives the fucking Mitsubishi. So I thought, did that come from Dance Girl? That would be like an unmistakable sign. Like, she sent me like, Dance Girl hates me again and she's forbidding me from going on Franklin Street. But then I'm thinking, so now the fourth doesn't like me and Dance Girl fucking is gonna kill me again? What did I even do? You know, I said that if I met the fourth and Dance Girl at the same time, I wouldn't know who I like more. Well, how am I supposed to know? Why wouldn't I like them the same if I met them at the same time? And I like Dance Girl more because I met her first, so I know her more. I'm more deeper in her. I mean, isn't that logical? Isn't that safe and effective for everyone? The Dance Girl says, you'll never like anyone more than me ever because you were with me first. Isn't that safe? And the fourth can say, and you're with me second, so you'll never like anyone more than me except for Dance Girl. Isn't that like fucking what loyalty is? Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm trying my best here. I'm not fucking asking ChatGPT about these things. Like, I'm actually coming up with this on my own. Like, this seems like the real answer. This seems like the true answer. You know, the fourth is gentle. The fourth is not abusive. Dance Girl is really rough, really abusive, but then she's really sorry after and she makes up for it. So, I mean, it's like different personality types. So how, like, can't both pigs be perfect? But I'm with Dance Girl first, so she's my pig? Like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to say. Like, I feel like anything I say is wrong. And now the fourth doesn't like me, and now Dance Girl fucking wants to kill me again. And I don't believe I deserve to be fucking killed. Like, I don't believe I deserve to be forbid from fucking going on Franklin Street by way of death threat. Like, if Dance Girl really wanted me to fucking not go on on Franklin Street, like, really? Like, I can't go to the bank? Like, it seems a little bit ridiculous. And if she really wanted that, she would just say, I don't like you anymore. And I would feel like, yeah, it's probably painful. Going on Franklin Street or Kenneth Street is painful because it reminds me of you. But ultimately, I'm like, if you're really over me, if you really don't love me, you wouldn't care if you see me. If you care that you see someone, it means you still love them. And so, but if Dance Girl's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you go on Franklin Street, I'd be like, I don't love you anymore. If you actually are threatening to kill me, then I don't even fucking like you anymore. Like, that's too abusive. Like, I know it's funny, like, oh yeah, but it's like, that's fucked up. Like, I've actually been, like, deeply fucking scared. Like, as a kid, as a fucking adult, of car accidents. It's not funny. It's not just, like, funny. Like, haha. You know, it's not that light. It's not that light to just dole out fucking death threats to someone who's actually had, like, horrific things done to them. And the death threats are real, too. Like, that's not proportional. So I was like, fine, you know what? The fourth doesn't like me, so what? Because what did I do wrong? I was like, just, you know what I may have done wrong? I said in the parking lot, I said while I was walking back, I didn't post this video yet, but you have seen there was this miniature Jason Momoa, this butch little fucking girl who looked like a guy, like a fucking fat Jason Momoa. And she's like deking me out, like getting in my way. And I point the camera at her, I'm like fucking midget Jason Momoa over here. But right before then, before I went in line and talked to the cashier, I was talking about seeing the fourth. I had just seen the fourth as an Asian, and I was like, I can't believe the fourth is Asian now. And then I go through the cashier, I talk to the cashier for a minute, and then miniature Jason Momoa deeks me out. And then I say, I really wouldn't want to have Dance Girl as an enemy. And the fourth may have said, are you saying that Dance Girl's my enemy? And laughing about it? Like Dance Girl's gonna threaten me for liking you and you approve of that? Because earlier on in the video, I was talking about how Dance Girl and the fourth have a right to debate with each other about their standing, because I had rightly or wrongly inferred that the fourth had been saying that she doesn't like Dance Girl because Dance Girl doesn't treat me good. And the fourth was saying that she's single. She's saying, just so you know, I'm single, rather than saying, just so you know, I'd be down for a threesome and I won't try to interrupt your relationship with Dance Girl. And I thought the fourth must be saying that because she thinks that Dance Girl is a bad pig. And I was saying, I don't care if Dance Girl and the fourth disagree with each other. If the fourth declares that Dance Girl is a bad pig, I don't care, as long as she doesn't harass Dance Girl or threaten her. And if Dance Girl says to the fourth that she's a good pig, I also don't care, as long as she doesn't threaten or harass her. And then I weighed in too. I said, as far as I know, Dance Girl's a good pig. And if the fourth says Dance Girl's a bad pig, then I disagree. But before I had even said that, the fourth drove away. That could have been a decoy, like saying, I don't like you anymore. Or she was saying, I'm driving towards Joanne's house, like as in Joanne has a husband and I'm gonna find my own husband and I'm not trying to be your fucking wife. And so that's how I interpreted it originally. So I'm not exactly sure. But knowing the fourth, the way that the fourth would dump me, she would do it very gently. She would say, I'm just gonna go now, goodbye, it was nice. And seemingly, Dance Girl would do the same way. But tonight, I may have gotten, like, Dance Girl's like, not only do I dump you, now you're fucking dead, and now I'm gonna fucking human traffic you. And I'm like, oh boy, you know, that would be fucking bad. I'd be like, I don't want to have to fucking, well, it doesn't matter, you know. I was gonna say, I don't want to have to go to the police, but I don't even think I'd have to, because get in line, because everyone else already threatens me anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But presumably, the people who threaten me are like my handlers, and I don't even know if I could get them. You know, that would be the point. The point is to get my handler, not to get fucking TSF. Is TSF my handler in TSF? I don't know. Now, I think that Dance Girl gave me the dress first. So, you know, and plus I realized that the dress came from Dance Girl before I realized that the fourth was giving me a way to talk to her. And the fourth presumably knew that I wasn't consciously aware that it was her. And so it would have been her job to be more forward, which is kind of unladylike. I'd also said that women don't wear lipstick, only ladies wear lipstick. and ladies are plastic flowers. And the fourth had worn lipstick the last time I saw her in person, just like in her videos, to let me know it's me, the fourth. And so she may have been offended by that. Now, personally, I don't like lipstick on any pics, but I said that a lady wears lipstick because her lips don't inflate with blood. I didn't say that everyone who wears lipstick doesn't have lips that inflate with blood. You know, I don't call the fourth a lady at all. I would say the fourth is a woman, far superior. And so otherwise, I don't know why the fourth would be angry at me. I really just can't figure it out. And I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that she is not, and that what I saw as the Nissan Sentra, I had done all my groceries, I had put everything in the house, and then I said, okay, check out the job I did cutting the grass. And I did a little walk around the grass, just walked to the front yard, like it took me maybe 10 seconds. And then I turn around, and then the Nissan Sentra pulls out and drives away. Had I just walked inside, I wouldn't have seen that Nissan Sentra. So was that the fourth running late? Was that an opportunistic handler? And then what happened? There was this guy in this Hyundai opening the door for his pig. And I was like, man, this pig is a real crackhead. You know, I was like, this is pretty gross that he's driving a terrible Hyundai and he's opening the door in a Walmart parking lot for his pig. I mean, that's cool. But if you're just doing it for show, it's just a little too showman-y. You know, he didn't look like he was very happy. He looked kind of indifferent. You know, it looked like she was like, okay, it's time, he's gonna open the door for me. Okay. And he comes around, he's like, yeah, my dad taught me this. In that movie about gangsters, if you open the door for a girl and then she doesn't unlock your door, you should ditch her. He's like, that'll show that we have real love. Which is true, but he's using it as a mechanism. Like, you know, he's the kind of person who, he drinks a glass of water and then he eats some broccoli and then he thinks, okay, now I'm a super fucking hot guy because I have discipline. Like, he hides behind discipline. He hides behind formality. And I was like, that's so lame. And then so I get home and I go up to my room and I make this video saying, who would I like more if I met them at the beginning, the fourth or Dance Girl? Because I'm sure they both wonder that. And I said, I wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't know. And then I go downstairs and I see a fucking Hyundai. Like, because I called the guy a faggot. And it's like Dance Girl's calling me a faggot. And then I go out to take the garbage out and there's a fucking Mitsubishi pulling in the fucking old folks home. I'm like, okay, Dance Girl hates me now. All because I said that. And the fourth thinks that when I said, oh man, it'd be really bad to have Dance Girl as an enemy, she thinks that I'm laughing, that I'm sicking, the fourth thinks that I'm laughing and sicking Dance Girl on her. But I had just had a fight with that Jason Momoa kid, with that fucking tranny. And I was like, I was primed. Doesn't that count for something? You know, I was like, and maybe I was laughing, like, you know, the fourth, if Dance Girl's your enemy, that would really fucking suck. But maybe it wasn't malicious, because I don't have any harsh feelings towards the fourth. You know, I have had a bit of resentments towards the fourth, because I've thought, you're gonna get me in trouble. I'm like, I feel very appreciative when you talk to me, and I can't hide that, and Dance Girl's gonna fucking be mad at me. And I resented the fourth for that. I've also resented the fourth for saying what I thought was that she is single. And then at the same time, when I thought Dance Girl is going to break up with me, which I still worry, I think, thank God the fourth is there. So I could go be with the fourth if Dance Girl breaks up with me. And then I feel bad to the fourth. I feel like, man, this is gonna hurt the fourth's feelings. And so I think, is it not fair then that I love Dance Girl, she's my pig, and then we just have threesomes with the fourth forever? And that way the fourth never feels abandoned? And of course, Dance Girl can veto the fourth. But isn't that a risk that the fourth has to take? Since I was with Dance Girl first? Like, isn't that fair? Well, the fourth might not think so. The fourth might think, well, I gave you an opportunity to talk to me a long time ago. I was in line at the same time as Dance Girl, or even before. And I'm like, but I didn't know who was in line. I didn't understand that. And didn't you know that I didn't understand that? By your hinting that it was you? In which case, Dance Girl was in line first. And why would Dance Girl veto the fourth? I'm not like, Dance Girl, I'm gonna replace you with the fourth. Why would Dance Girl veto her? Dance Girl has the right to veto her. But under what reason? I don't know. Well, you don't need a reason to veto. Because I want the right to veto anyone too. But that's kind of fucking stupid. You know? Why would you veto someone? You'd veto them because you don't like them. Or because your partner likes them too much. That's the real reason, of course. Obviously, that's what we're all thinking. But why would she veto the fourth if I say to Dance Girl that I'm not going to replace you? So therefore, she wouldn't veto her. So therefore, what's the... Well, why have veto power at all? You know, if, you know, you'd never say no then. You know, what are the reasons? Is there other reasons too? I don't think so. You know, you'd say, well, I'm just not into them. I don't find them hot. I just don't think they're hot. That's what you'd say. Which I'd say, actually, I believe it's because you're jealous. But whatever, it doesn't matter. You don't need a reason. You know, I won't ask the reason. But why would you be jealous? That's the thing. Like even that super hot black guy I saw on my bike ride today, I'd be like, you can fuck him. Like he's fucking way fitter than I am. Okay, I'm not saying the fourth is fitter than Dance Girl. I'm just saying like that guy was like fucking ripped, you know? No, I think we're all 10s. We're all 10s. So it matters who's right for who. I also worry that I'm reacting to things that a handler did as decoy. But if God allows, then that's fine. You know, God allows the handler, then let's just react. And we'll keep it in our mind that that might not be from Dance Girl on the Fourth. It would make me very upset if the Fourth didn't like me. I would be upset. If Dance Girl didn't like me, I would be devastated. I would feel like completely destroyed if Dance Girl, like my life is built with Dance Girl. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we have our life together. I only realized that I love the Fourth like a week ago. I realized that I love Dance Girl like 2 months ago and like 8 months ago and like 8 years ago or something like that. So I have a lot of fucking history with Dance Girl. But if Dance Girl is back to threatening to kill me, I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, fucking, I'll be like, I guess you weren't who I thought you were. You know. I hope not. It'll make it really easy to break up if that's what's happening. But I hope that Dance Girl doesn't know how to do cursive writing. That she just never bothered. She's like, fuck that. Yeah. I really love Dance Girl. You know, Dance Girl is an odd person. I don't know why she'd be mad at me right now. You know, calling me names and calling me gay. The last time this white Mitsubishi was there was when she hated me last month. Well, I love the ABG girls too. You know, I love all the other names. So maybe I'm just destined to be alone. I don't know. In one sense, I feel fucked up, and in another sense, I feel like, what can I even do? Like, I guess I just fucked up, or I guess I'm just a fucking fuck up. I guess I'm just unlovable. I'm like, what do I have to look forward to then? You know? That would devastate me too. If both Dance Girl and the Fourth stop liking me, I'll be like, great, that fucking ruins my fucking self-esteem. I don't even know, because I don't even understand what I did wrong. I feel like I was supposed to have game. Like I was supposed to say things differently or something. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I thought you liked me because I don't say things fancy, because I don't do fancy talk. I thought you hate people who do fancy talk, and that's why you like me. Now, what if fucking, well, never mind. It wouldn't even work like that. What if the fourth is saying, I should be your pig? Dance Girl doesn't even treat you good. She was sliming those guys behind your back. As far as I know, that's not the case. Dance Girl told me that she wasn't doing that. And what if the fourth is like, well, either way, I should be a pig. I'd be like, the fourth, you know what? Dance Girl is already my pig. And, you know, I don't agree with you. I think Dance Girl should be my pig. If Dance Girl doesn't want to be my pig, then you could be my pig. But Dance Girl's already my pig. And, you know, as long as she treats me good, I'm always going to treat her good. And so, you know, that's just how it works. And if you leave because of that, I understand. I totally understand. And in that sense, you still saved my life, the fourth. You did. So I'd always say thank you. I'd always have warm sentiments towards you. And personally, if you were my pig and you had some other guy who was your gorilla daddy and I wasn't your gorilla daddy, I would fucking cut my dick off. You know, I personally couldn't handle it. But if you can be my other meat, then as long as Dance Girl doesn't veto it, then I'll always be in your life. I'll always be consistent. You know, you'll always be able to have threesomes with us. And, you know, as long as Dance Girl says it's okay, you can always hang out with us, basically. And, you know, what else am I supposed to say? Like, I was with Dance Girl first, so she's number one. Like, that's just good business etiquette. You know? That's just good business etiquette. Sorry, but in our family, we have favorites. My favorite cousin is Helen. My favorite person is my grandma. It's just how it works. The rest of the family, they're just furniture. I go to the family party, I say to Helen, I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I only came here for you. I say it right in front of them. Okay? And that's a joke. It's a joke, obviously. But there's something true about it. Dance Girl is like my oldest friend. Dance Girl is my longest relationship. So don't count yourself the way Chelsea counts me, because that's not the same thing. Chelsea was trying to cheat on her boyfriend with me to replace her boyfriend with me, and then she would have cheated on me with someone else. I'm not like that. If I was with you first the 4th, I'd be saying the same thing to Dance Girl if Dance Girl was trying to say, oh, but da-da-da. I'd say, Dance Girl, I'm just meeting you now. I don't even know who you are. I know who the 4th is. I've been with her for a bunch of years. You're both wonderful pigs. You're both perfect. And I lost both of you now. I don't even feel like it's my fault. You know? I don't feel like it's the 4th's fault necessarily, unless she was thinking I was having a laugh, saying, man, the 4th, you really pissed off Dance Girl. Wouldn't want to be her enemy. Well, maybe I'm just having a laugh, like, as I also know what it's like. And I wouldn't approve. If Dance Girl was like, I hate you, the 4th, I'm gonna fucking terrorize you, I wouldn't approve. If Dance Girl did that to you, I would break up with her. Because you're my other meat. If Dance Girl terrorized my mom, or Joanne, or anyone I care about, I would say you can't do that. If she terrorized Helen, I would say you can't do that. So if I felt like that, I don't think I did, but if I felt like that tonight in the video, it was a mistake. Because I just had some resentment that you're always getting me in trouble, I think. But not really, it's not really you, it's just that I have afraid feelings of admitting that, you know, how I feel about you. Which is, I think you're super hot, and I love you. But not as much as Dance Girl. So basically, if Dance Girl and I meet some other pig, I'll never love them as much as I love you. Because you were before them. So it's not like you're going to lose your standing or anything. But, you know, clearly fucking I have, perhaps. I don't fucking know. I don't know what else to do. I mean, you speak your piece, and then you let the chips fall where they may. I emailed Shaylee tonight. She seems really nice. I mean, everyone in my family is fucking, they're together with a partner. Chris and Jessica are getting married. I'm fucking single over here. Helen has a boyfriend, although, you know, they don't get along that well, but, you know, everyone has a fucking partner except for me. I'm fucking alone over here. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, I'm excited to go raw vegan. I got my watermelons. You know, I made a really good video. Look at this. I got fucking watermelons over here. Should unplug my bike. Ew, Stu, shit on the floor. You fucking gross, disgusting cat. I hate you, Stu. I fucking hate that cat. Perhaps this breaks a rule with Dance Girl. That I said this. That I said how I feel about the fourth. But had I said it to Dance Girl, I really love the fourth, but I love you more. I would have meant it to the fourth. And I can't control how I feel and what I think. So what are my options? To either withhold how I feel and think, lie that way, or to say it and get in trouble. Alexa, second light white. I mean, I don't know how else to do this. Alexa, second light white. Like, if we're being real here, I fantasized about bringing the fourth and Dance Girl to my family party and saying, I got fucking you know, two pigs, which, you know, I wouldn't go through the effort of saying I got a pig and another meat. You know, I would make it digestible for them. I'd just say these are two pigs. But I thought, yeah, that's, you know, that would be great. And I thought, well, you know, I saw that huge black guy today. He was like the hottest guy I've ever seen. He's like 6'1". You know, the optimal height is 6'2". Any taller, and people don't like that. And he's like, he has the perfect body. He's not only worked out, but he has the perfect physique. And I thought, could you imagine a rail man like that showing me how a rail man fucks? Holy fuck. That guy's super hot. I thought that's like Din Venom's ex-pig level. Like that kind of body. And he knew he was hot too. He was smiling like, yeah, I know I got this. I almost said, you're fucking amazing. I wanted to stop and be like, you're fucking, how are you so hot? No homo. Like, I'm not gay until now. Holy fuck, dude. And I was like imagining that guy slamming Dance Girl. You know, that's not just an ordinary guy who's cute. That's like a fucking real man. You know, I'm just Gumby over here. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm probably cooler than that guy though. No, he's not the gorilla daddy. He doesn't know about raw veganism. He doesn't know about Osho. He doesn't care. You could show him Osho, he wouldn't care. You could show him Lauren Lockman, he wouldn't care. Robert Anton Wilson, he wouldn't care. Like, fucking Red Bar, he wouldn't watch Red Bar. You know, I'm like, he'd be like, I said, I want to pull that guy's dick out for him and fuck my pig with his dick. I want to push his butt cheeks and control the rhythm that he fucks my pig. And he'd be like, wow, you're really cool. You got a cool girlfriend. I wish I could find a girlfriend like this. I'd be like, yeah, you know, we could be friends. I'd be like, that's fucking amazing that this guy fucks my pig. This guy's my friend. I mean, I'd be like, that's fucking amazing. I'd be like, I'm the gorilla daddy. You know, this is my pig. You're super hot. I don't care that you're gonna fuck my pig. I don't think you could steal my pig from me. I don't think you would try. And, you know, if you did try, would I veto you? I don't think so. I think veto is a safety net. You know, I'd say if you could steal her, you can have her. If you could steal her, I don't want her. I only want her because she wants to be with me. I don't want her because I have the ability to choose to keep her. I mean, let's just be real here. Can I really choose to keep Dance Girl by vetoing anyone who she might like more than me? Is that really possible? I'll just say, Dance Girl, actually, if you like someone more than me, I'm going to say you can't. And she's like, okay, I promised, so I guess I'm not going to. That's insane. That would never happen. The only way that we can actually stay together is if we actually are loyal to each other the most. Or in other sense, because I'm loyal to everyone the most. Which means that Dance Girl and I have been together already, so she's the first pig. Like, I used to make lists of who's the hottest pigs in town. Dance Girl is at the top. Because she's my first pig. Now, who treats me the best? Who's the second pig? Or the other meat? The fourth. It used to be Blonde Girl. It used to be Stella. But the fourth treats me better than Stella. Stella treats me amazing. She's like number 3 now. And so it's like, you know, it goes based on how you treat each other. And Dance Girl is always consistently in love with me, and I'm always consistently in love with her. So that's not going to change. So if some other guy is like, oh, I want to outperform you, I'm like, but you can't, because I actually love her more. You can't steal her because you don't love her more than I do. Now, did I just fucking ruin my relationship with Dance Girl? And now she hates me again? Or did Dance Girl ruin her relationship with me and now she hates me again? Or did a handler just try to make that look like that? As far as I know, that white car was controlled by Dance Girl. I mean, this is kind of scary for me, but I don't know what else to do than just fart. Ooh. Ooh, daddy. Ooh, daddy. And let me get a new song on here. Wow, man, if I have no one to talk to, I'm going to be so fucking lonely. God, that's going to be bad. Well, I'll talk to Stella at least. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's cool. I used to be obsessed with Fivehead. And now I like Stella more. And Stella lives right next door. That was crazy. But I mean, still, it's kind of lonely. You know, I'm just by myself over here. And then sadly, I think that Stella and Jamie actually do love each other. You know, it'd be one thing if I'm like, oh man, Stella's stuck behind a wall. And, you know, we're star-crossed lovers and there's nothing we can do. You know, then I could be like, yeah, that's romantic. You know, I could just sit here talking to Stella. And, hold on, let me just get a fucking... Let me just get a fucking, what's it called? A new song on. Well, this song is good enough, I guess. So yeah, I'm seeing this super hot black guy, and it doesn't matter that he's black, but you know, he's strong. Like, he's like very attractive, very physically fit, very physically superior kind of looking. Like, he's like, the Banana Bros are nothing compared to this guy. This guy could kill the Banana Bros with one punch. He's like fucking next level. And he's not just bulky. He's like fucking lean. And he's huge. And he's fucking like the perfect height. Like, he's just so fucking hot. And he's not a retard. And I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm thinking, if this guy is on my team, sliming my pig, that's amazing. I'm proud. I'm proud that my pig slimes a guy like this. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. No homo. Like, that's fucking amazing. That's like saying Travis fucks my pig. Or, you know, someone who I really love. Like, someone who I fucking, like a friend. Like, I'm like, that's great. Like, clearly, who would you cheat on? Who would you cheat with? Your best friend's partner. Because they're your best friend, so who they're with, you're gonna love. Right? Obviously. And so, who did I love to fuck? Caitlin, Travis's girlfriend. I always loved Caitlin. I really loved her. And so, when we fucked, we were like, oh yeah, we love each other. We've loved each other the whole time. And then, you know, things got a bit weird. But, you know, her and I would be hanging out alone. Travis would be upstairs, and we're like, yeah, it's going to cause a fight if we fuck, but we really both want to. And, you know, but I was the same way, because, you know, I wanted to possess Din Venom's ex-pig all for myself. But finally, I got over it to some extent. I mean, the last time I saw her, she sat on my face, and the last time I fucked her, it was right after a fight. She told me how hot it was. I told her to open her mouth. And I pulled out and came from her pussy, shot it up all the way to her face. And I said it in a really kind of manly way, like, open your mouth. So, I don't know. It was in the moment, you know, that wasn't a literal impression, but, you know, I was like stern or something. And she was like, that was really hot. And I was like, I didn't know at this time it's going to be the last time I fuck her, but I knew she had left me. You know, we had gotten an apartment together, and she's like, yeah, you can't live here anymore. My new boyfriend says you can't. And, you know, she goes on vacation with her new boyfriend and gets us to watch her cat. And, you know, I was happy with her, you know, even when she was still living here at this house. You know, she'd come home from the strip club, and she would be, you know, it's like our last night together, and I'm high on mushrooms, and she doesn't know. And then she starts crying. She's like, oh my God, like, you fucking got high on our last night together. And I'm like, yeah, but you left me. And I never saw that. She's like, you left me. I was like, I only did a bunch of drugs because you lied to me all the time. So you left me. She's like, yeah, but I lied to you all the time, but I still drank your cum every night. I still asked you to have a baby with me, and you didn't. So what does it matter? What does it matter that I lied to you? So what? Yeah, so what? I fucking lied to you. We had an open relationship. You told me about your other girlfriend, but I never told you about my other boyfriends. But I still wanted to live with you and marry you and have a baby with you, and you didn't give me that. So who cares I lied to you? And I say, well, then who cares I do drugs? Because I'm still the same me. You still wish I would quit, so I would be all these things to you. She's like, yeah, but the drugs never counted. You just didn't want me. And I said, was that before or after you broke my heart and made me puke? Before or after you made me fucking dry heave, gagging and crying, horrified that you had cheated on me so much? That you were like telling your other boyfriend that you didn't like me, that you wanted him to kidnap you, to get you away from me. And then to me, you're acting like I'm the best thing ever. What was up with that? Why would I ever feel okay after that? That's too fucked. And then we're at the bar and she's with this guy she wants to fuck. And I'm like trying to like pull up a seat to sit with them. And there's like a whole group of guys. And there's two of them. They're in a band and there's two of them. She wants to fuck two of them. And I can't find a chair and she doesn't even help me. She just keeps talking to them. And I'm like I'm like the fucking 10th wheel out. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just going to get a chair here and like try and hang out with you guys. Like, I just feel like completely, like, she's ignoring me while she's talking to these guys. It was like, I felt like, oh, God. And then we went and did karaoke with them. You know, it was, like, super fucked. And then she had this one friend who his dad had a Lamborghini, and he was a famous YouTuber. His name is Corey something. He lived in one of those houses, one of those mansions where YouTubers live. We would go to these YouTube conventions, and she went on a vacation with this guy. You know, they slept in the same hotel room. And he was gay. Well, like, he was one of those straight guys who's gay. You know what I mean? Like, he only fucks women, but you're not going to be concerned if your girlfriend hangs out with him because he's like a pushover, kind of like a puppy dog pissing all over itself. And my dad's like, who's that guy? And she answers, oh, he's a YouTuber. Like, she's not like, oh, he's the guy who I went to fucking sleep in a hotel room with. I was like, what did you do with that guy? She's like, we just slept in the bed together, but we didn't do anything. I was like, yeah, I strangely believe you with that guy. And then she had this other guy who was like really gay, who watched all her YouTube videos and watched all her songs and liked her music. I was like, if you like her music, you're fucking insane. But I mean, she was good. She was really good, but she couldn't write a song. But she could, you know, I had a friend who was on American Idol as a backup singer. She ended up the girlfriend of this guy who she listened to his album growing up. And after they were together for years, she found out that he was the singer for the album. She's like, I used to listen to that all the time. That's like one of my favorite albums. I didn't know that you wrote that. Like, that's you. And he's like, yeah. And she's like one of the best singers I've ever heard. Like, she's like up there with Adam Lambert. Like, she's a professional singer. She's like, if you watch American Idol, like she's been on American Idol, like as a backup singer. Like, she's amazing. And well, how did I get talking about her? I don't know. Well, I slept in bed with her once and nothing happened. But that's not what I brought that up for. Yeah, she was nice enough. I hope I'm not single now. Can you imagine that? I lose fucking my other meat and dance girl on the same night. That's fucked. Well, you know, I was talking about this crackhead pool ball ass girl with the Hyundai. And it doesn't matter. I thought maybe she was someone from Bentan. I thought maybe she was Asian. In which case, I was like, well, then that's different. If she's skinny, then that's different. Because Asians are skinny. But she looked more Latin. And if you're Latin and you're skinny, if you have a pool ball ass when you're Latin, well, that's fucked. You know, then there's something. Then you should be in prison. I mean, I don't know how to define loyalty other than that. I mean, have I betrayed Dance Girl? That I think it's that same white Mitsubishi that came. Who's that person's handler? I can only hope that it was the bad handler who sent that last month and not Dance Girl. I mean, what have I said wrong? Well, if Dance Girl broke up with me, I hope that Mitsubishi was from her. Because that'll really help me. I'll just be like, yeah, good riddance. Fucking terrorizing me. What did I do? Said that I love you the most because I've been with you the longest. And it's like, well, you love Helen the most. You have multiple cousins. Well, Helen's the oldest. She's the one who I've had a relationship with the longest. It's not just who you meet first. It's who you've had a relationship with the longest. Dance Girl and I have been on and off, but we've had accumulated time together. And it's been very intense, like super polarizing. I mean, I meant it. When I was writing her all those love letters years ago, I meant it. It was, it was chorused, but I still meant it. I still was telling her, like, I've always loved you, and I always will. And I think that's what kept us together. Like, after years, she was like, I treated you really badly, and you would never take me back. But I remember that you told me that you'll always love me. So I'm going to ask if you'll take me back, because you said you'd always love me. And I was like, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I did say that. And I did mean it. I forgot that I meant that. I'm glad you remembered that. I must have said that because I knew that this would happen. That I would go sane again. And you'd have to remind me to come out of my sanity and become insane again. Where you're like, able to take the beatings. I mean, yeah, it was really worth it. I really had a fun time with Dance Girl. I'd say thank you to Dance Girl too. Thank you to the Fourth for making me not afraid of being taken for granted. And thank you to Dance Girl for fucking the same thing. And, well, no, that's not really what I meant to say. They don't get the same thank you. I say thank you to Dance Girl for... I couldn't see Dance Girl leaving me. I really couldn't. I don't know why she'd leave me. I wouldn't be thankful if she's like fucking terrorizing me. I wouldn't be thankful. I'd be like, what the fuck? But I mean, I would say thank you for all the fucking fun. It's destroyed me. Now I'm like fucking dead inside. But it was fun. I mean, these 2 months have been... I think they've been the best months of my life. I don't know. It's been really fun. I'd say thanks to Marina, too. As far as I know, without Marina, Dance Girl wouldn't have even liked me. And then I'd say thanks to myself, too. Thanks to myself for being really brave. I mean, if it wasn't for going to TSD's house and writing that note, and if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for leaving the note in a bag, because they didn't have a mailbox, I never planned to leave the bag. I just took the bag to carry the note, and then I didn't have anywhere to put the fucking note, so I left it in the bag. And I said, this is a gift, and they assumed that the gift was the bag. And it happened by luck. And that was God who did that. Well, Osho says don't say that, because then something bad happens, and you'll say that God is a betrayer then. But I mean, it's still is David Gilmour style, where you just play around with something and then some kind of magic happens. And so it was very courageous to go to that house. You know, I had already had death threats there. I was like, do you understand? Do you understand that I fucking swam through a swamp of alligators to get here? Like, does that even register as impressive to you? Like, do you feel you're like, oh, you're just fucking using me, you don't even like me? Do you understand that I swam through shark-infested waters to get to you? Oh, he doesn't want to meet me on the fuck shack. I'm like, I fucking swam through shark-infested waters, dance girl. How do you not see it? But, I mean, you feed a snake some water and it just bites you. You know, maybe fucking dance girl fucking is back to threatening me now. It's fucking lame. I hope that's not true. I'm sorry, dance girl, if that's not what's happening. I'm sorry for thinking it is. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. This song takes a minute to start at legs. So, do I really think that Dance Girl dumped me? Well, if she controls the person who drives the Mitsubishi, yes. But why do I think she controls the person who drives the Mitsubishi? Because when she hated me, that car was there. Why else do I think Dance Girl dumped me? Because the Hyundai was outside of our house. The silver Hyundai, just like the one in the parking lot where I called the guy a faggot. So, could that both be from my handler and not from Dance Girl? Yes. Could the white Nissan driving away be from my handler and not from the fourth? Yes. Have I said anything that offends the fourth and Dance Girl? Such as, I was with Dance Girl first, I was with her the longest, she's my favorite. The fourth has been the most consistent and loyal other than Dance Girl, so she's my second favorite. Is that, and then if they're both consistently like that forever, then Dance Girl will always be number one, and the fourth will always be number two. And that's just how it is. And it will always be like that forever and ever and ever. Yeah, I mean that's like my truth. And if they leave me for that, then that's how it is. You know, like, no offense to Stella, like, she's not even that consistent. Like, she says hi when she can. You know, Stella says really good highs, though. You know, a hi from Stella, that's like, well, that's like fucking making me cum in my pants. So, you know, I don't know what to say. But does Stella send me pictures of her asshole? No. You know, the fourth says pretty high. The fourth says high pretty good too. Like, really fucking good too. So, you know, I don't think Stella should be mad. You know? And then who's number 4? Well, Pita Pit Blonde. And then, you know, but maybe not. Yeah. She kind of zanked me. I'd be afraid. I'm afraid to go back to Pita Pit because she hurt my feelings. And because I wouldn't do that. Okay, I would not seek a pig. That I would count that as cheating. But I would go to Pita Pit if I wanted a pita. But I would not go to Pita Pit to see Pita Pit Blonde. I would never pursue a pig without Dance Girl literally being there in person. And so, you know, when I'm talking about how I love these pigs are finding me. And I'm merely saying, God, I love this. This is amazing. But I'm not like going out of my way to be like, you know, okay, let's meet here or there. You know, I'm like, that's something that I have to do with Dance Girl. That I want to do with Dance Girl. Because I don't want her doing that without me. So as far as I know, Dance Girl and the other meat are cool with this. And so I hopefully not therefore have a life worth living and am going to become raw vegan, but rather I'm a cool guy, therefore I have good pig and meat, other meat, and I also, and you know, and the guys count as other meat too. They're like cousins. They're like brothers. You know, I would never want to visit a friend without saying, I brought a pig. I brought my pig. You know, you like, it's a gift for you. And, you know, I would never, that would be like bringing over food and not sharing it. Like, if you bring your pig over, you're going to have your friends fuck her, obviously. Unless you hate like, if you don't like the person, then you fuck them, then you fuck your pig in front of them. But if you love the person, you say, I brought you my pig. You know, what else can I give you to show our friendship? Then give you my pig. You know, and you're a cool, hot guy, so my pig will like you. So yeah, I wouldn't be jealous of that really hot guy I saw today. I wonder who sent him. Probably my handler. That backfired. I was like, that would be an honor. That would make me feel really fucking cool. That would make me feel like the fucking man. I laughed at what my handler must think. They're sending me all this like nonsense, nasty shit, and I'm completely not even affected by it. And they're like, "Oh, come on, man. We're trying to make you sad here. We're trying to hurt your feelings." I'm like, I have a life. I'm beyond you. I'm so far out of your orbit. I have nothing in common with you. I don't even see you. They're like, "But I'm gay and in love with you." I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm probably a woman too. Like, every day I wake up and I think, does this girl still love me? Every fucking day I think that. And then she does. And I think, woohoo! That's amazing. I feel so happy. I'm gonna be so sad if she left. Yeah, I know. I'll say, well, she left, and she left in a horrible way, and she showed me she wasn't who I thought she was, and that makes it easy to let go of her. But, I would feel really sad. I don't really believe that she left me. I hope not. It did worry me. It's happened many times. I don't know how I'm gonna do it if I'm fucking, pigless. How am I gonna do what? How am I gonna go fucking raw vegan? Who am I gonna impress? I don't even have a pig. And it would make me mad if the fourth was like, I'm gonna leave. I would be like, well, why would you? Because you should have never expected any different anyway. So it would ruin my self-esteem if the fourth were to leave. I'd be mad at the fourth, and if Dance Girl were to leave, I would be mad at her too. I would feel like both of them fucking ruined my self-esteem, and and then I wouldn't even have the the confidence to eat healthy anymore, because I'd be like, well, you know, fucking, who am I going to do it for? Stella? Yeah, but then she's like happily married. That's not fair to me. I'm just by myself over here. Unless she's in a joyless, loveless marriage, then I could do it. Then I could be like, okay, I'll do it for Stella. But otherwise, I'd be like, fucking, you know, and I don't even know if that's true. As far as I know, Jamie is cool. And so I'd be like, oh, that's great. You guys are the fucking lovebirds. And I'm just over here fucking jacking off. You know, that's fucking lame. So what am I supposed to do? And then Pita Pit Blonde, you know, she was like, oh, at my house, there's this and that. And in my apartment that I have by myself. You know, I have my own apartment, right? I'm like, yeah, a personality like you, I'm not surprised. You would be moving out when you're 18. You'd own a car when you're 16. You're that kind of person. You know, you're real zippy. And fucking, you know, I really liked Pita Pit Blonde. And then she walked out of the Pita Pit when I was going near the Pita Pit. She just walked out, like as if to say, when you go to the Pita Pit, I don't work there. I leave when you're going there. I'm pulling an oblong. I was like, you only got to tell me once, Pita Pit Blonde. I'll never go there again. You know, coming from you, you broke my heart. I don't know what it meant, but it would be too humiliating for me to go back. Unless I really needed a Pita Pit. You know, I did eventually go back. And funny enough, the girls who worked there, I was like, are those the ABG girls? That'd be really funny. There's a black one and a white one. And I was like, did you guys give me a fake pita? That would be amazing. If they're the ABG girls, that would be really funny. And I almost wondered if Poodle Girl works there too. Poodle Girl is, you know, mental. She's like really soft and then really calloused. She goes back and forth. She's like psychotic. She's actually psychotic. She has two different selves. She has literally two different personalities, depending on whether she wears a mask or not. When she wears a disguise, she becomes someone completely different. She's like the guy in the movie Hostel Part 2, who gets his dick cut off. And he's like, I want to help you. Oh my God, what have I done? I want to help you. And then, you know, he goes back to torturing her. But when he's saying he wants to help her, he really believes it. He's like really soft and caring. And I'm like the girl, I'm like, I'm a trillionaire. I'm a zillionaire. But, you know, I'm just being facetious. I don't really think Poodle Girl is that evil. You know. But I guess it was one of the ABG girls. I mean, I don't think it was, but at Pita Pit, I was like, this other guy's pita is way bigger than mine. And I ordered a large. And she's like, I can get you a new one from the bag. And I was like, yeah, you'd get me a new one from the fucking medium bag. You'd get another new one from the small bag. And you took it out of the small bag. Why is that guy's pita way bigger than mine? His pita was like a fucking largemouth bass. Mine was like a smallmouth bass. I was so upset. I felt like Carrie. I was like fucking crazy. And then I wrote a review that I was like, yeah, the Carrie curse has been undone. I could only ever think of having pig's blood dumped on me anytime I went to that Pita Pit after that. But now I realize you guys did give me a large pita. I made them laugh. That was nice. I needed that. I needed that boost of confidence. Sometimes I've been fucking sexless for so long. I've thought, you should just go get euthanized. I was like, don't say that. Don't even say that. Don't think that life is just about sex. I'm like, shut up. Just shut the fuck up. You know? Well, really, I don't feel like getting euthanized. And well, no one ever does. People just say, I'm trying to avoid pain. But that's not the way I mean it. I mean it as in, I've never tried my best. And you can try your best, but do the wrong thing. And your best doesn't count for anything. And so I've always wanted to get healthy and to some extent fit, but as I learned more, I realized getting fit isn't actually what I want. Yeah, it would be nice to be a fantasy. Most certainly. But I met this guy named David when I worked at Camp Kodiak. He was this tall, skinny, gay guy. And I hung out with this other guy named Jordan. Now, David was too cool for me. He was a unobtainably hot gay guy who everyone loved. He had the magic charm, and he had a heart of gold, and he was cool. He was like cool, like he was so nice, but he was also cool. Everyone wanted to be his friend, and when you talked to him, you just felt like you're the most important person in the world. You felt like he was Dickie Greenleaf from The Talented Mr. Ripley. It was just amazing. He smelled like, I don't know. I was going to say carrots, but that's not true at all. It was special. Like, it's like, he has good taste. Like, he looked amazing, really. And I always wondered, Jordan, he was a bit gay. He had really hot girlfriends, though. But a lot of times the guys with the hottest girlfriends are a bit effeminate. And, Alan Watts says that. And I called Jordan one time, and I did a prank phone call on him, and he got really mad and hung up. He didn't know it was me. I put a marker lid in my mouth, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? I just got a call from this number, and my daughter answered, and someone was saying fuck this and fuck that. Why would you say that?" He's like, "It wasn't me," and I was like, "Yes, it was." And I'm just like screaming at him. And he's a very emotional person. But anyway, he got really mad at me. Then I told him it was me, and he laughed so hard. But he would always hang out with David, and I wondered if they were gay. But how did I get talking about David? I don't know. I guess my memory's going. But I'm liking it because I used to get really angry when I couldn't remember what I'm talking about. And now I'm just like, yeah, just go with the flow. You can't remember it. That's cool. You're not really talking about anything in particular anyways. But I do need to brush my teeth. I can feel this buildup of grime in my teeth. It's fucking gross. Something about wanting to be like David. Not gay. But about euthanasia. You don't really want to. Life is about more than sex. I don't know. Well, my plan was always do your best, Try and get healthy. I always wanted to be fit. That was my goal. I wanted to be a fantasy. And I still do. I still want to be as hot as possible. I want to have the body of Tyler Durden. But the more I've learned, the more I've realized that what I actually want is to be healthy. Because health comes with superpowers. David had the same superpower that health brings. It's like as if you're on acid or something. You're super in tune, you're super in touch. I used to say when I'm on acid, I could seduce any girl right now. And why? Because I'm not even trying to fuck them, but I can see them now. It's like a catch-22. Something about David. Gay guys are happy because they're gay. That's why it's happy and gay are the same word. Because when you're a guy, you already know other guys. And as far as who is the fucking hottest guy in town, of course it's David. And so he can communicate effortlessly with women. He has all the guys he wants. So he's never really trying to get laid. He's kind of like talking to a millionaire versus talking to a beggar. You know, he's not trying to get anything from you. And so he can be more perceptive. He can put more of his efforts into having a more penetrating eye. He's a connoisseur of souls. He has time to look into your soul. You might be a snake looking into his jugular, but he doesn't need anything from you. He's not there to drink your blood, so he's looking into your soul. He can reach you. He has that superpower. And that's really the point of being healthy, is it gives you that. You feel God. It's that simple. That you follow God's rule. What does God say? Do heroin? No. Do cooked food? No, that's even worse than heroin. Well, maybe not, but I mean, it's bad. God says, eat fruit. You eat off the tree. The tree is divine. Do what I say, meet your needs, and you'll be happy and you'll be blissful. Meet your desires and you'll be miserable. And the devil will tempt you, of course. The devil will say, you want to feel blissful right now? Meet your desires and forget all about your needs. But if you follow the devil, then it's bitter in the end, but it's sweet in the beginning. It comes on really sweet, but then it ends up really bitter. And funny enough, in the fucking Bible, which is written by fucking Satanists, they say, and I don't think Jesus was a Satanist. I mean, I think it was rewritten many times after Jesus, is the King James Bible, written by the king, not by Jesus. Interpreted, edited by the king. And Jesus is like, it'd be easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle. And the king, the richest guy in the world, is like, okay, let me rewrite that. I think I need to brush my teeth. They feel really gross. I'll be right back. Bring the microphone for some ASMR. fucking, it's a full moon tonight. Ooh. Okay, here it comes. Obviously, I'm imagining pissing on a pig's face. I don't even like that. I'm just thinking that's what they'd like. You know, a lot of porn, it's for women with guys who have flaccid dicks. You know, that's what they want to see. They want to say, this guy would never like me. This guy would be flaccid around me. It builds on the fantasy. They're like, this guy would never fucking like me. This guy would be flaccid around me. This guy would piss on my face. That's all he'd do. For some racehorses, just the shadow of the whip is enough. For some pigs, just the flaccid is enough. That's all they could handle. That's all that feels real to them. You know, to make them come, you have to say I'm a little Wendy's whore and I'll never make the manager position. I'll always be just a line cook. I'll never be the manager of Pita Pit. I'll always just assemble the pitas. You know, it's the only thing that makes them come. I'm imagining pissing on the ABG girls' faces. But you know what? If I had a job, I'd work on the line too. I'd actually want to make the pitas. I wouldn't want to manage people. My friend Nathan said he wants to own a restaurant, and I'm like, are you serious? You want to manage people? That's crazy. You want to be a boss, tell people do this, do that? That's not cool. That's not like type A personality type thing. Yeah, that would be fun. I'd way rather just work at fucking Mr. Sub. Fucking make subs. Something simple. You know, once you don't have anything to prove, then you would rather just stock shelves or like I'll work a volunteer job. I feel like there's still something on my teeth I gotta brush off. My favorite job would be cleaning. Manual labor. Ted is the same way in our biological family. He's the richest, and he owns stuff, but he spends his days laboring. Actually, I don't know, but I think he labors, like, you know, he has those kind of workman's hands. You know, he knows how to build a house. If he could build a house, he would know how to do everything. Well, you know, tonight's my last night cooked food vegan. This is gonna be hard for me. I mean, to do this without the love of fucking anyone. You know, I guess I have Stella, and Jamie. But, you know, I guess I have myself. Like, I wanted to... Never mind, you don't care. You don't even care. I don't care either, okay? You don't care because I don't care. No, it's not going to be fun waking up tomorrow and saying, okay, time to eat a watermelon. Unless I'm making a video for fucking fucking I'm debating whether to say for Dance Girl and the fourth, or whether to just say for Dance Girl. And but for some extent, to some extent, and for Joanne and for Stella and for Jamie, like, to show them, like, I'm so cool, like, I can fucking, you know, I'm fucking eating watermelon. And then if, you know, I don't know, somehow it doesn't work, if I don't have Dance Girl, then I don't have anyone, it feels like. Which fucking sucks. But I'm just a loser. I'm trying not to think like that. I'm like, guess what though? Guess what? Guess what happens if you go out tomorrow and you don't see Dance Girl? Guess what you get to do? You get to jack off. You can go to the strip club. You can make a stripper make you come. You could jack off all day. I'm like, great. So you could go back to doing heroin, basically. Yeah, good idea. No, that's not gonna be a good idea. You're not gonna go, oh, awesome. You're gonna say, oh, you gained clarity now? You needed that to gain clarity? You're already clear. You just anesthetized yourself. You made yourself weak. And if you are comfortable being weak, it's because you don't have a future worth living into, where God is only for the strong. And you need your strength to have the ability to move into the future that you like. You've basically said, everything sucks now, so I might as well throw in the towel. And that is a betrayal to yourself, because you're worth more than that. And if you were to see yourself, I said this to Chelsea once. She was saying, oh, but who am I? I said, bitch, who the fuck are you? I didn't say it like that. And then she said the same thing. She said, I'm here to be your cheerleader, to tell you that you're good enough and you can do it. And you're a good person. She had felt bad because she had screamed at me the last time we had talked. She said, I want to make sure you're okay with all the things that are happening with politics and Trump getting elected. You know, referencing to me dragging her around and Trump grabbing pigs by the pussy. She was hanging it over my head. Hey, guess what I might do? I might ruin your life. I was like, I never grabbed you by the pussy, you bitch. But, fucking, I never said, who are you? I said, oh, I really want you to be vegan. And then I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Who am I to tell you anything? Why would I ever think that I could tell you anything? Oh, I'm so sorry. But I meant it. But really, I was prompting her to feel like, who the fuck am I to tell you anything? And then she said it to me. She said, you know, I'm telling you this, I'm telling you that, I'm telling you how to be. I'm basically mothering you. And but who am I to say this to you? And I said, if your family were to describe you, they would say that they trust what you say. that they think you're a wonderful, amazing person and whatever you say matters. They would say that about you, right? And you would also say that about them, that their opinion matters. And your opinion of them, that their opinion matters, means that their opinion of you, that you matter, means that you are someone to tell me this. And thank you. I feel wonderful that you've told me that I'm so great. It happens that you're spineless and you're with someone else, and that you're unable to reconcile that because you're a whore. And, you're just a really rich whore, but you're still the same archetype as a Wendy's whore. And, that's devastating for me, even though your intent isn't bad. It's devastating for me that it's the same effect on me as if your intent was bad. And ultimately, that's why I was able to love you. And by my loving you, I have been set free, and I'm truly sympathetic to how much you don't understand of magic and of love and of God, that you never got the bridge of love moving to God. You never got it because you never loved me. I'm the lucky one that I loved you. Of course you did love me, but you were too afraid. You didn't take that risk. You didn't lose everything. You weren't willing to lose everything. You were willing to lose 99%, but you still hung on just a little bit. You risked almost everything, but you didn't risk everything. I risked everything. And risking 99% is completely different than risking 100%. Risking 99% is 1% different than risking 98%. But risking 100% is completely different. It's 100% different than risking 99%. And you never risked 100%. So therefore, you never got the magic. You never got the bridge that goes from love to God. And I was like, oh man, where is that beggar again? What was her name? Oh yeah, Chelsea, the love of my life. Right, I should really tell her that she has to find God and nothing else matters, and that the only way to do it is through love. But she wouldn't understand. But then the fucked up thing happened. After she left, I lost it. So, and then I got it back in a really weird way through foreskin restoration. And then I learned how to love myself. And I strangely had a psychological security from that I had counted myself as broken. And finally I had closure on why am I so broken? Why did my relationships fail? I failed with Chelsea, it failed with Tin Venom's ex-pig. And they were the only pigs I had loved. And it failed with both of them. Well, of course I had loved a lot of pigs, but they were the only ones who I felt like if I brought them to a family party, that everyone would think I'm the coolest. And when I found foreskin restoration, I said, oh, of course, it makes sense. I have no dick. Right. That's exactly right. And then I got my foreskin restoration device. But before I did that, I wore duct tape. I sealed my foreskin over my glands using duct tape for a month while my foreskin restoration device was in the mail. And I was really nervous because I joined the forums and I started posting. Like, yeah, I'm doing this, guys. And I thought, I'm going to look like such a fucking hypocrite because once it arrives here in the mail, I'm going to be too afraid to even put it on. I'm going to be too afraid to do it. I'm never going to do this. This is too weird. The guy's dicks look like rolled up socks when they're halfway done restoring. But a lot of guys' dicks just look gross. Even hot guys. Like I had a friend, Kevin. We compared boners and jacked off together. I was like, Kevin, your fucking blemished dick is horrifying. You know, it's a really, really unfortunate dick you have. And I said, your balls make me want to puke. And I have these, and strangely enough, he didn't come, but I did. I was like, maybe it's because I was so mean to him. But I have these varicose balls. Like my balls are even worse than his. We hung out naked and he's like, you're really beautiful. I was like, I feel like you're lying to me. He's like, I'm not. I swear I'm not. I'm like, I look like Gru from Despicable Me. Like, I look fucking laughably fucked. He's like, I wish you could see it. I just wish you could see it. I do porn or like webcamming and guys would be like, nice bod, Heisenberg. Like, I would just start laughing. Like, I would have like pepperettes and Coca-Cola all day. I was all bloated. I mean, I feel peaceful. I feel contented. I feel like if you feel how I feel, you'll think it's a really good feeling. And so it's hard for me to reconcile sometimes. How could I be single? Like, I feel amazing. Like, I am a cloud to rain down love on someone. I'm full of love. And there's just no one there. How could it be like that? I've heard that enlightened masters will travel all around the world just to find a student who can receive them. I feel like it's true with love sometimes. Like, you're just a really good person, really intelligent, really wise. And what happens then? You'd think that it makes you more loved, but it just makes you more alone. And they say, I guess it's lonely at the top. And everyone just points at you and calls you a narcissist. And you're like, well, what is it then? I personally know how it feels to be me. It feels quite lovely. It feels like laughing without the convulsions. It feels wonderful. What am I supposed to say? That the problem is with me? Why? I'm vegan, don't you know? How do you know if someone's vegan? In a smug, superior, snooty professor tone of voice, they'll tell you that they're vegan. That's how you know. Okay, I'm perfect over here. It's me waiting for you to catch up. And if you can't, then I'm alone forever, just talking to who? Well, I mean, I would talk to other TIs. I'm sure there are other TIs who can... There are other TIs I love as well. I don't really watch their videos because I don't want to hear about gang stalking. I don't care about gang stalking. This is the boringest topic in the world. I pity those fucking people. I say, you haven't made it past, you haven't made it past gang stalking. You're still caught up in it. Now, if Dance Girl dumped me, would I feel like I'm having nothing to talk about but gang stalking. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. I take it back. There's a lot wrong with saying that. I'm getting tired. I have to make a burrito. A wrap, I mean. Chicken wrap. It's my last night cooked food vegan. Can I actually go through with it? If Dance Girl dumped me? I don't know. It would hurt me if she dumped me. It would hurt the most. I know I've said that. That it wouldn't be that she's terrorizing me, trafficking me. It'd just be that she dumped me. That would be the thing that really hurts. Trafficking and terrorism. Well, I get that 100,000 fucking times a minute. Who gives a fuck? But if she dumps me, I know what I said. If she dumped me in that way by terrorizing me, I'd say good riddance. I'm glad to get rid of you anyway. But I would mourn the loss of our love. It wouldn't just be, oh, she's just a terrible, rotten pig to begin with, so good riddance. Thanks for showing me your true colors. I guess beauty really is only skin deep. I was far too trusting. I won't make that mistake again. Yeah, I'd say it was wonderful. I loved it. Whatever happens, I still trust you. Why ever you broke up with me, I still trust you. That to you it makes sense. And you're a good person. And I'll always think that about you. And to me it will always be that it's a misunderstanding. And so I'll always love you. I believe I know you. And if you don't believe that, then I believe I know you more than you know yourself. And that I'm more qualified to say who you are than you are. And that who you actually are is someone who I'll always love. And isn't it just a shame that the 1,000,001 miscommunications between lovers just has to happen? And so I won't just say good riddance and goodbye. I'll say, my heart is big enough I can still remember you. Makes me want to cry. I love you, Dance Girl. I feel like I am you. I feel so close to you. Well, in other news, I have to make a chicken wrap. But, I'm getting teary-eyed over here. But I would be very grateful. I'm crying over here. Oh, my phone just died. It's at 1%. Look at my tears. I don't know if you can see them. Okay. Oh, man. So anyway, I did my taxes. I told my caseworker that. She wants me to get a volunteer job. I sent her all my bank stuff. And then I told her I'm going to try and volunteer at the working center. Because I like my would-be boss. And so tomorrow I'm going to call the working center. Ask her if I can volunteer one day a month. And then, if that's a yes, then I'm going to tell that to my caseworker that I got my volunteer job, in which case my caseworker is going to say, well, then you can have some money for some shoes and some new clothes and a haircut. So maybe they could reimburse me. I didn't want to just ask for it right away. I felt too greedy. And then, and then I'm going to sign up for counseling. I never thought that I'd actually get counseling, but it seems like a good idea. She said you can get it for mental health or for addictions. I said I don't really have any addictions. I like doing acid and mushrooms. But as far as transitioning to a raw vegan diet, and I was thinking this before I seemingly got broken up with, but you might say, really? Did you really seemingly get broken up with? That would be nothing for a handler to do that. For your handler to send you those decoys. That would be easy peasy. Totally within their realms. Maybe you're a defeatist. Maybe you're a warrior. You think you're a warrior. Well, so my plan, as of earlier today, every day I think, okay, things are going good, and then I go and fuck things up. And then the next day I say, you know, you didn't fuck it up, you actually made it better. It's part of the way that a gorilla daddy is, that when you're a complete asshole idiot, you think you're perfect. And when you're the gorilla daddy, you're fucking thinking you're an asshole idiot. You know, that's just the worthy think they're unworthy, and the unworthy think they're worthy. It's just how it is. I don't want to jinx myself, but if fucking I'm still worried. I'm still worried of making Dance Girl mad. If my pig and other meats still love me tomorrow, or even just fucking my pig. Now, if my pig doesn't love me, but the fourth does, I don't have that much trust built up with her. So it's not the same. I couldn't just be like, okay, the fourth, you're my pig now. Of course, I would say, you're like, you know, great. But I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't just have the same trust I have with Dance Girl. Like, you know, Dance Girl and I have worked up to this over a long time. Like, it wouldn't just be like, okay, well, that's cool. Anyway, bye, Dance Girl. Oh, hey, the fourth, let's go. Like, it wouldn't just be like that. Like, I'd still be like, I don't even know if the fourth likes me. Like, it could just be a fucking joke. It could just be a joke or something. And even if it's not, it takes a long time to build intimacy. So it wouldn't just be like, I'm just not even having to worry about being single. Like, I would still feel like really destroyed. But if Dance Girl still likes me, and fucking the other meets like me too, then I'm gonna be like, but especially Dance Girl, of course. But then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, this was great. I was like, oh yeah, you said the thing, you spoke your heart, and you fucking bridged the gap between the species. Men are a different species than women, and you've always felt like you could never talk to women, like you don't understand them. And it doesn't matter if you live with one. In the end, you feel like you're fucking lost. And tonight I felt like I was Dance Girl. I felt like Dance Girl was me. Like when the captain calls Maria the captain and then blushes. Have you ever been so innocent and vulnerable that you can blush with him? Now, would he put his toothbrush up a pig's ass? I think he would. But anyways, if that happens tomorrow, I'm going to be like, yeah, this was great. This has happened so many times, and this is the magic of being the Gorilla Daddy. The Gorilla Daddy isn't an island. It's like in the sense of the movie About a Boy. Like, obviously. The Gorilla Daddy isn't... Well, I would have a reason to validate that. Because I've been so condemned. The Gorilla Daddy isn't an isolated event. The Gorilla Daddy is interdependence. And that's what makes it fun. And so I never felt like I could communicate with pigs. But now I do. Now I feel like I really understand pigs. And like they understand me too. I really feel like when I talk to a pig, it's like they're a real person. It's like they're a human being. Like I know them. I'm like, I know you. I never thought it was possible. Now, obviously, I know what you're thinking. Are you going to have a threesome with Dance Girl and her sister? I would love to see what Dance Girl's sister thinks about that. I'm saying it as a joke. I think obviously the answer is no. But I have I wouldn't even request it, but I have wondered. I have wondered. I was like, she's fucking old. She's like 23. That's fucking I don't know, I'm just fucking... But yeah, she's nice. But I like Dance Girl more, obviously. Oh man, I was in bed once with Din Venom's ex-pig's other meat. Her sister, who's like a twin, she has that same kind of body. Oh man. Fuck. I'm all out of music. I don't want to listen to my big headphones. I'll be right back. My mom is torture snoring. Okay, I'm just getting my Bluetooth here. Now Stu is meowing at my mom's door. He's gonna wake her up. And if I let him in, then he's gonna meow to get out. I hate Stu so much. I can't even tell you how much I hate him. He's like, he has, the thing that makes me hate him the most is he's such a good cat. He's like the nicest person ever who's just always shitting on the floor and meowing too loud and shitting in your shoes. He's like, sorry, I shit in your shoes. I'm just a stupid cat. You're like, Stu, you know, you're full of shit and you just always want to go on the couch. You know, there's something seriously wrong with you. You should be in prison. I did the dishes, I cleaned my room. I did a lot of responsible things tonight. See how much lettuce we have? I do want to make a wrap. Yeah, we got enough lettuce for 2 wraps, actually. And, oh, and by the way, drinking sugary drinks is not cool. No, it's not cool. It's way better. Bubbly is way better. Every time I get ginger ale or something, I'm like, this is gross. Did you like my dynamic meditation this morning? Wasn't it fun? I was laughing. I was like, when is this going to be over? This is too long. Where's the back heater? Where did it go? Oh, it's so cold over here. I need my slippers. I would wear my shoes, but I smeared shit all over on the inside. And then something really weird happened. I wondered if someone put shit in them. I thought I felt it on my toe first. Like something's on my toe right before I put it on. But I thought, was it actually just in the shoe? And my foot felt it as soon as I put my foot in it. And then the distance from when it entered to when it got to the toe is where I felt it. Someone placed it there because I went on a bike ride today. I don't know. And then at Walmart, this guy walked by tonight, and he said, "It's not going to happen this week, bro." I was like, "What? Are you talking about my date with Dance Girl?" And if so, why would I believe that? Oh, I let Dance Girl torture me. I said I only wanted it to be the ABG girls, but that's not true. Being tortured is good in general. It's weird. You see the vulnerable side of people? You know, they do their special move for you. They're like, "This is my specialty." You're like, "Yeah." Yeah, love is learning how to shoot someone who outdrew you. And as soon as you show me your specialty, I can outdraw you. So I feel in a position of authority. But it's kind of like, you know, someone is going down a well. And they're like, "Aren't you scared?" And they're like, "No, it's my dad. My dad is lowering the rope. He's holding on." "Yeah, but what if he drops it?" "But he won't. It's my dad doing it." When you're the dad, you can't let the rope go. You know, by cosmic law. You feel like you got the secret. But you can't tell because you're their dad. They trust you. You can't trust someone who trusts, you can't betray someone who trusts you. That's impossible. And then you learn that trust and love are the same thing. And then you learn that that's what trust is. That someone is showing you the vulnerable parts of them. showing you their flaws even. They're saying, go easy on me. Here's my flaws and here's my malice. Go easy on me. My brother from another mother. I mean, that's all the only kind of brothers I have. Crazy Cash. He said, yeah, but even the plants are alive. The plants don't want to be killed. So I have to kill plants or I have to kill animals. It's the same thing. So that's why I'm not vegan. And then he says, go easy on me. Whatever you're about to say next, please go easy on me. Of course, I said, yeah, I'm a cannibal then too. Where's your son? I like wearing slippers. So, yeah, tonight was all about snacks. I wanted to get some fucking ice cream, but I couldn't find any. I wish there was ice cream. All I could have got was so delicious. Well, like, so nutritious. As in, nutritious things are never delicious. No, I'm into fucking strawberry cheesecake ice cream and nothing else. But anyway, I'm proud of what I did. I mean, first of all, I'm proud of myself. Like, I have good energy. Even if worst case scenario, I'm all alone, I can still at least go to the fucking working center and have a good boss. I'm pretty sure I can do that. I can make my caseworker happy with me. I can at least have a fucking roof over my head. Let's just start with the basics. I can at least follow Lauren's advice and eat fruit. I at least have that. And I can at least continue not jacking off. Those are big deals. And technically I'm doing what God tells me to then. I'm a good fucking disciple. And, disciplined disciple. I'm fucking the captain from The Sound of Music. I'm completely as I ought to be, not as I gotta be. Making the courageous. It's courageous to go to the gym, because underneath it is the real hope that it's going to lead to something worthwhile. It's going to lead to something better than doing your worst, than doing whatever's easiest. You're going to do your best, and it's going to be really hard, and you're not going to have constant fucking, I don't know, maybe you do have constant reminders that it is worth it, and they're just so constant that you don't see it until you notice all the constancy, the consistency adding up to some kind of grand event that you look around and go, my God, I've made it. Finally, I'm here in Valhalla, the promised land. Shit, boy. And I don't know, fucking, it takes care, really, if you fucking say it in layman's terms, I'm gonna be hot, and I'm gonna be appreciated for that. And if I do all that work for nothing, I'm gonna be fucking getting euthanized. That's how I feel. I mean, and it's scary to take that risk. But I think that's what God is saying. He's like, yeah, do your best. If your best still doesn't work, then, get euthanized. But I'm like, but also, Lao Tzu, what about Lao Tzu? He was single. Talopa was single. I don't want to be single. I'm not Lao Tzu. I'm not Talopa. Okay, I'm not them. But the other ace up my sleeve I only have one more ace. Okay, ace number one. I have two aces. Ace number one is I love how I feel when I'm on acid. And I can get that way eating fruit, and I can get a fantasy body. And that should make me pretty hot. And even if you take away the validation from, Dance Girl and the Fourth, and then even Stella, I would go, well, the Fourth and Dance Girl fucking never liked me, or, they liked me, but only under false pretenses that they believed were real. Then I'll bet Stella never liked me either. And I'll bet Peter Pit Blonde never liked me either. I'll bet there's no pigs who like me. I'll bet Joanne never liked me either. I'll bet Din Venom's ex-pig never liked me either. Or, she just wanted a baby. My only real friend was Todd. And he probably, if I was shrunk down to the size of a mouse, he probably would have ate me. He probably never even liked me either. But I know he did. I'm so tired. I really want to make a rap, but I'm just so tired. If I go to bed, I'm not going to be able to have a rap. Could just give that chicken to my mom. She likes it. That's going to be difficult. Like being raw vegan and then fucking not having chicken. Alexa, second light dim. We're going to cool down. We're going to be going to bed soon. So we're going to cool the light down a little bit and get you prepared for this. Alexa, second light blue.
Okay.
Alexa, second light teal.
Okay.
Alexa, second light black.
Okay.
Alexa, second light white.
Okay.
Alexa, second light dim.
Okay.
Alexa, second light more dim.
Okay.
Oh, what about that? Do you like that? Alexa, second light more dim.
Okay.
Oh, Alexa, second light less dim. Alexa, second light less dim.
Okay.
That's really fucking sexual. That light is very sexual. Get me fucking zipped. So, what was I talking about again? I'm getting too tired now. Something about how if I have no validation, no love, my self-esteem gets destroyed. Would I ever think I'd be worthwhile? I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But, so what are the aces up my sleeve? Ace number one, getting a fantasy body. Ace number two, getting spiritual. That you don't need love to be spiritual. Part of me says, oh, yes, you do, actually, though. Yes, you do. Part of me is like, no, you don't. Lao Tzu didn't. I'm like, yeah, but you're not allowed to, so shut up. And if you don't need it, it doesn't mean you don't want it. What if you have love? And that's your real feeling. And you have spirituality too. And you're afraid without love you can't share your spirituality. Because sharing a joy is a greater treasure than keeping a joy, than finding a joy. And so you're sharing your religion. Religion only comes to earth when people are really sick. In the last, 100,000 years or something, humanity went really fucked. So now we have religion. It's just medicine for sick people. People should know this already. You should automatically be religious, natural. I know, whatever, I'm preaching, whatever. Hey, whatever. Turn on the back heater over here. I'm so tired. Too fucking tired over here. I don't want to miss out on my fucking... So the video's over, turn it off. We're going to sleep now. I'm just thinking about how cool it would be if the reason I said I wanted to wait to have threesomes with Dance Girl was to build up more love with her so that it really horrifies me and destroys me to see her with another guy. So it plays to my femdom fantasy even more. So it makes me go, oh no. Which actually turns me on because I feel demeaned. I felt hella turned on when Marina would treat me badly. Turned on in a way that was genuinely scary. Not scary like I was gonna act in a way that's immoral, that made me go,